Hey, folks, it's me, Kevin Ting, and remind you once again that we have a YouTube channel. Go over to youtube.com/Eddie Pep Podcast, and you can just search for Apocalypse Soon Podcast on YouTube, and you can find us. Go over to iTunes, wherever you listen to this podcast. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe there. And if you're already subscribed, leave us a 5-star review. It helps out a ton. Go to EddiePepitone.com. You can see all of his tour dates. And if you want more of this podcast or more of Eddie Pepitone in general, go to Patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone. And you can get exclusive clips from him doing stand-up, as well as this video of the podcast the day it comes out, some shout-outs, some nudes, all that good stuff. And now, let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all genders, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. And I'm sitting next to him now. His finger is numb. His watch is on. His goatee is in full effect. Make it loud for him. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Hey everybody, it is a great day. Thank you everybody. It is great to be back here in LA, Burbank, in our podcast studio at Fanico with
great.
The boys in the booth, Alex, Milo, and Rob. Got a nice booth squad there today. It
is a nice booth squad.
I don't feel as alone, you know?
I
feel so alone all the time, you know? Just a deep aloneness that I am told, well, we're all alone. I've told everybody that's in my help team. Yeah. I have a team. It's called Team Pepitone Medical Professionals. It's through Anthem, Blue Cross, and just friends, and they tell me, well, we all are alone in this world, they tell me. And I say, would you like to go to the movies? And they say, no. And I'm like, why? You said you wanted to see Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And they were like, I don't want to watch a movie about, nuclear destruction.
Yeah, they're cowards.
You gotta I don't know. You like to label people as cowards.
I do. It's one of my favorite things. That's why I have an industrial label maker. I like having the boys in the booth. I like keeping them. I like having boys in the booth everywhere I go. Just be like, did you get that? And my wife's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, the boys in the booth. She's like, let's get you some help.
Well, what you're doing there is you're saying that the voices you hear in your head are what you call the boys in the booth. Or your hallucinations are just the boys in the booth, which is great. So I just got back, Kev, from traveling up north. I just did Santa Cruz.
Yep.
The Santa Cruz Comedy Festival I did one night, and then I went with JT Habersat, we went to the Punchline in San Francisco. We did 5 shows in 3 nights there. Thursday, we did 1 show, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And then we went to Sacramento and did the Punchline. And then we drove to Lake Tahoe and did a Don't Tell show in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
And then we drove from Lake Tahoe to Chico and did a place called Gnarly's Deli, cool performance place in Chico.
Yeah.
And then we did Santa Rosa, and then we wound up in Humboldt County, where everyone is high, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone is high. Like, if you go into a diner and you say, hey, and they're like, hey, man. And you're like, can I get a couple eggs over easy? And the waiter will go like, man, I love things that are easy, dude.
Dude, Humboldt, I love Humboldt. I've performed.
You do?
Yes, I've been there several times. I don't know, it's
Savage Henry? Where have you performed?
All the venue that I performed at most frequently was a barn. You're
moving up, because
I know,
I remember the last time you performed up there, you were in an underground shelter, and now you're up above ground in a barn. Not bad, dude.
I know. Well,
you have new management.
I know. I think so. It's the universe it's calling my name. No, but we I remember one time the guy goes, "Hey, we don't have enough money to pay you," and he's giggling, and I was just like, "What?" And then he goes, "Yeah, we're a little short," and he handed me what they owed me minus $1. And then he said, "Well, we'll make it up for you," and handed me a trash bag full of marijuana. And I was just like,
was it good weed?
Yes, it was fine.
Because a trash bag is a lot.
And this was back. I was pretty new to smoking, so I gave most of it away. But which was also, I felt like Santa Claus, you know.
Yeah. People, that is one gift, like ties. You know, when, you give your father a tie and they always like it or whatever.
Yeah.
If you give people weed, they always like it.
They always like it. It's a good way to go.
Even people who don't smoke weed eventually will come around.
Yeah.
If you keep giving them weed.
Yeah. And it's like currency up there, too. If you're north of Sacramento, really. You can buy pretty much anything. I pay
north of Sacramento.
Yeah. I used to pay with weed for my copay up there. When I go to the doctor or whatever. That'd be 7 nugs.
Yeah. I was thinking. I think I said this on stage up there. I got high up there. I had been so good. I had been off weed for like over a month. I'm working out, and then I go up there. I just become a different person on the road. I don't know what the fuck it is, but anyway,
it's like vacation. I mean,
I guess it is, but it's not because I'm working.
Yeah.
But as a stand-up, But anyway, I was thinking it would be funny if they had and I did do this on stage, if they just had a huge joint, like 12 stories high, in Humboldt. And it was a real working joint that had to be loaded from the top.
Yeah.
And then there'd be a hose type of thing at the bottom where anybody who just gives identification that they live in Eureka, which is the name of the place up there, if they lived in Eureka, they can suck out of the hose.
Yeah, you get a free pull for local residents.
You get a pull.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That does sound like a Cheech and Chong sketch, like for sure.
All right. So what?
Hey, it's not a criticism, sir. I apologize.
So anyway, so.
But you did 3 nights at the San Francisco Punchline. That had to be amazing.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I've done it a bunch, and I do love performing there. It's usually really good crowds. However, in San Francisco, they had a really rare heat wave. Lucky me.
Yay.
So all 3 days were hot as fuck. The club has no AC because in San Francisco, there's many places that don't have AC because they don't, they weren't built for it because it's such a cool area temperate-wise, but things are, getting batshit crazy with the global
What'd you
warming.
do?
What did I do? I fucking got up and performed in heat, and they had on stage, it was hilarious, they had like a big stand-up fan.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of mileage out of that
I
stand-up
bet.
fan. I was like, see this, folks? This piece of shit. When the singularity comes, I'm going to have this thing sucking my dick. Just some ridiculous shit like that.
I just see you yelling "blow me" to a big fan.
Yeah, I was doing stuff like that.
Oh, that's great.
Because for me, stand-up is most fun when you can really tap into your primal self, which is like just the basic fucking instincts,
Yeah. Yeah.
And you could have fun with it. Just that's what I like to do when I'm really hitting it.
I love seeing you in that mode. Primal Pepitone is
Primal
Pepitone. I go,
Pepitone.
He's primal today, folks. It's beautiful. Now I'm surprised you didn't demand like a block of ice, like
I wanted
like
to.
the 1930s.
I was
in New York.
complaining a lot.
Yeah. No.
I mean, and I'm itchy. I've come back really itchy. What is that shit?
It's gonorrhea, I think. It's, I think
my skin is so itchy.
that
means I'm dried out.
That's 2 symptoms for dehydration you've mentioned now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to start. Folks, I'm very dehydrated. I have some anyway, I don't want to get anybody worried.
Now we have a medical doctor here,
that is funny. And I think a lot of people do this. They don't instead of going to the doctor, you ask your friend, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think this mark is? Can I show it to you? And then when you go to the doctor, you're like, you don't want to show him for some reason, or her, you're like.
Well, sometimes they'll say stuff and it hurts. It hurts your feelings a little bit.
Oh, the doctors?
No, my friends.
Oh, yeah.
I go, what do you think that is?
Yeah.
They say, I think you're unattractive. I go, okay, all right.
What do you think?
I think, well, it's probably genetic. I don't know what to tell you. I had completely unrelated, but it was kind of a thing because I'm very white. I've got various freckles and whatnot all over my body. I'm turning my phone over because it keeps popping up. I did a performance of we were recreating the movie The Notebook on stage.
I never saw that.
And is
that with Renee Zellweger?
No, but that would be great.
Who was it with? Who was the star, the female star?
The female star is
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
Great
the redhead.
actor. Yeah. In that movie, she is. Yeah, she's got a little bit of red. But I play. So there's this one scene where her mother is talking about making the safe decision for who to marry and not necessarily going for love. And she drives out to this coal mining place where there's this man. He's mining coal and he's just digging and stuff. And she goes and she's like crying. I was in love with that man. So when we're recreating the movie, I decide I'll be the guy. So I take my shirt off
on stage.
I'm on stage. I'm in short shorts and I'm pretending to. And the actress Babs Gray, I don't know if you know. Yeah, Barbara. She's great. She's looking at me and she's going, "Yeah, I get it. I love moles." and I'm telling you, Eddie, I think
Do you have moles?
I got a couple of moles on my back. I got a couple of freckles.
I think everybody has moles.
But I think about that too often, and
there wasn't even a show called Mole.
Yes.
For a while.
Yeah, I went out for it. They said not enough moles.
Not enough moles.
It's I can't win. I can't win in this town.
So you felt hurt by?
I felt a little hurt. I was
Barbara's.
a little. It was hilarious in the moment.
You can't. I tell you, man. It's good you took your shirt off.
Thank you.
It's good that you got hammered a little by Barbara, and it's good you did that in public because the next time you do it, it'll not hurt as much.
Yeah, I think you're right. I've built up a little bit of armor, a little bit of emotional armor. It's so odd, too, because I've never prided myself on being, like, physically, like, I'm like, oh, yeah, I work hard on this body, people should admire it. But then somebody will say something and be like, hey.
You've lost a lot of weight, though.
I've been dropping the LBs a little bit, I've been feeling good. My son pokes me in the gut less often, which is nice,
I know. Well,
cool.
All this stuff, it all comes under the heading of life.
Yes.
This is all just life. Weight gain, moles, lack of circulation.
Yeah.
Marrying for pragmatic reasons instead of love. Domestic abuse shelters. All this stuff comes.
Part of life.
Part of life. So anyway, I had that trip up north, and it's always a lot of fun. It's so funny though. When I get back, when I get back to LA, I'm like, okay, let me try to get my fucking brains unscrambled.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty tired today. Like I got back Sunday. And today, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, fourth day back here.
Yeah. Do you feel a little more rested, or?
Well, rested, yeah. I'm tired, but it's just funny that transition when you do the road a lot. Yeah. The transition from being out on the road and just fucking, it's just insane.
Yeah,
and
you're wild.
Fun. You're wired. I'm wired. Yeah. I don't sleep that much. And then get up, go to another city the way I've been doing it.
Yeah.
Except we were in San Francisco, which was great, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, we were in San Francisco three nights.
I'm glad you got those 3 nights, too, because that's how you should be doing it on the road. I think, like, doing these, multiple nights, it's just so much easier than having to pack up and move.
Oh, yeah.
And whatnot. Although there is I don't know, how do you feel? Do you prefer performing in the same room multiple nights, or would you prefer?
I'll tell you, it is fun.
Yeah.
Performing in a different room and a different city every night, but it's exhausting too.
Yeah.
It's okay if JT routes our stuff and books it and mostly, and he is very good at that.
Yeah.
So the drives aren't so long.
So crazy. Yeah. Well, I heard he does that. He just puts a mouse on a map.
A mouse?
Yeah, that's how I heard. That's how he routes your stuff out. He just puts a mouse on a map,
and wherever the mouse
goes, he's like, "We'll be right there." That's the spot we're doing a show.
What made you say mouse on a map?
Yeah,
is that from something?
No, it's from my mind. I'm not sure. No, because
from your mind.
I would say like this because sometimes we'll look at your show date schedule, and I'm like, man, you're all over the place. Like, going. I'm like, so I.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm back for a couple of weeks, and then I go to Austin, and then we go to the north east, and we do New York.
Yeah.
We do. I think it's Arlington, Virginia. We do a lot of good stuff.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, I stayed here in town. I found a therapist.
Oh, did you start therapy?
I started a therapy.
Well, you just buried the lead, my friend. We should have started with it. The boys in the booth know you need it.
They're like, thank God. They're like, stand down, officer. He's found a therapist.
They're applauding. I've never heard someone say, I found a therapist, and then applause.
They know the journey. They know my journey, and but this guy, he wants me to do work. That's the thing. I was a little bit I told him because he's like, you do this.
What does he want you to do?
Well, we were talking about negative thoughts, negative thinking and whatnot. And so he's a cognitive behavioral guy. So
okay. Yeah, I know.
Look at it. I want you to, and then write down things that validate those thoughts, the proof that they exist. And then write down things that proves that they don't exist.
Yes, I've heard that. I've heard of that technique.
And I would just like, look, buddy, you're supposed to just say some words, and I'm supposed to feel better. And now you're making me work. And he was like, yeah. He told me. He goes, well, what do you do? I go, I do podcasts. I'm a stand-up comic. He goes, I do a little stand-up myself.
I do a little stand-up myself. Get rid of him.
Dude, I'm telling you.
No, I mean, I'm saying that half kidding.
It's so funny because we're online and like I figured.
Oh, you're doing this on Zoom?
Yeah, doing it over Zoom, and I figured I wouldn't find somebody who was in the industry.
I do everything over Zoom now.
It's so much easier.
I have sex over Zoom. Like I don't need to be with the person anymore. It's like let's Zoom it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
my wife. We tried.
My wife. First, my wife.
Well, sometimes she'll say we got a bad connection. Sorry, you're cutting out. I go, what are you talking about? I'm right here. She goes, I don't know. You're getting blurry.
Yeah. So I'm glad you got a therapist. So did you seek out a cognitive behavioral therapist?
I did not. I was seeking out literally. What's the thing about? I was seeking this. I've been looking for about 3 years for somebody. And so
You've been looking for a shrink for 3 years?
Dude, I am not kidding. I literally, because there was nobody in town in person, because I wanted a person in person. Okay. And I couldn't find anybody that was accepting new clients. And then I signed up for BetterHelp. This is, again, 3 years ago.
BetterHelp?
Yeah, BetterHelp it's a website. I'm sure they probably sponsor some shows on this network.
Oh, really?
They do? Yeah.
They do?
But I
would get rid of it
for some reason. I never got any response from them, and then this recent one, which is through BetterHelp, which I'm happy with. But the guy, he's responding to the questionnaire that I filled out 3 years ago.
No way.
Yes, and I didn't realize that was going on until he said.
Did it take them 3 years to get back to you?
No,
because if someone is under duress, that's a long time.
Well, I
to get back to someone like, hey, I'm really having dark thoughts.
Well, dude,
and then they say we can get back to you in 3 years.
Yeah. And hold on, pal.
Hold on. Just what I would do is take a rubber band and smack your wrist every time you have a bad. I actually had a therapist who did that one time for me when I was like 18, 19. He said, put this rubber band around your wrist, and every time you start to have really, really real anxiety, just snap it. And I was like, what the fuck is that going to do? And sure enough, I had to go to the doctor for I had a wrist injury from snapping that goddamn...
Jesus.
Because I would have dark thoughts all the time, so I would just be ding, 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 ding.
Did you have one of those big broccoli rubber bands, The
thick, no, I know what you mean. It's so incredible that you mentioned big broccoli. Because big broccoli is destroying the whole vegetable vegetable industry.
By the way, my daughter, if when we get organic vegetables, she goes, I don't want it.
Why?
Because we got organic broccoli. It was for whatever reason.
Organic stuff is way better.
Of course it's way better.
Well, what is she saying?
We get the organic broccoli, we go home, we make it, there's bugs in it. And
wait a minute.
Yes.
You go home and you rinse it out, right?
Of course, we rinsed it out.
Oh, so there's bugs then.
But there was bugs in it, and then we really tried to get it out, and there's still bugs in it. When we actually boiled it, we found more bugs.
Really, I've never. Do you go to the farm itself then?
No.
No, because I've never had and I always get organic shit.
I've never had that problem either before.
Okay.
But this particular time, we're at the grocery store. We're getting broccoli. We got the organic. She goes, why is that one so much more expensive? I go, because they don't use any chemicals. They can't grow as much because they don't have all the the DNA.
There's more. It's more labor intensive.
Yes.
Organic
and
stuff.
she's like, oh, cool, yeah. And then we go home and we get it, and she finds a bug in it, and she's like, fuck organic. She's like, no. So now she's big. She's all about big broccoli now. She's which is no good.
If I am elected, I will make sure there are no bugs in any fucking thing.
Because I told her, she's like, why would there be bugs in here? I go, it's because there's a lot of crevices and whatnot, and they're not using the pesticides that give cancer and destroy the ozone.
You know what I do with my broccoli, my organic broccoli? You know that computer that air spray that you could spray your computer keyboard with?
Yeah.
I just spray my broccoli with air spray.
Yeah.
And the bugs just fly. they're catapulted into what I do is I put a dream catcher and my bugs go into the dream catcher.
I love it. I love the idea of also you like getting some sort of satisfaction, like I'm setting them free, baby. I'm setting them free
with a computer airbrush thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did airbrush my computer keyboard today for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah,
and boy, when you let your computer go for 3 years without cleaning the keyboard, the air thing doesn't do much.
Yeah.
So I just put it through a car wash. And that took care of the dirt, but it's not turning on.
Yeah, it's not a big fan of water.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I probably should have told them no wax.
No, you blew it.
I got the full trip. You ever go to you ever go get your car washed in a car wash, and it costs like they always talk me. I am the most susceptible person to the upsell.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, yeah, just if you could just just give me a nice rinse, clean it, and
sir, for only $10 more, we could actually put our deluxe Super Shine Superman package together for you.
Yeah, just like you want the floorboards. Yeah, I'd love it. Okay, so we'll do the double. We'll do the. You want premium package, or do you want the silver plus gold? And I'm like, I don't. How much is the gold? And he's like, it's $150.
Oh, damn.
And I'm like, the car cost me $70.
They'll get you in with the cheap car wash, and then you will walk out spending $50-$60 on those places. It's wild. That's why I don't wash my car. I won't do it.
Yeah, your car is. You have a little bit of a beat up beater.
I love it. I like a beater because.
Me too. LA is too. It's too. There's too many cars here, of course, and it's so crazy here, and the roads are nasty. That you get a new car, they get fucking beat up.
I got too many problems to lose my mind over a door ding or like
Right.
guys. I've
Right.
seen guys in the parking lot like crying to the heavens because somebody hit the
There
car.
is so much pain here in LA in parking lots.
Yes.
The way people are like, it was snow. God, I just got the gold premium wash. But I think because you brought up problems, let's do a guided meditation to try to get people, feeling a little better. It's good to be back here in the studio.
It's good.
All right, let's do it.
All right, folks. I want you to ease deep into your chair, fall asleep at the wheel, relax, let all of your anxieties go on another episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Hey. You know what sound you just heard? The sound of the universe. I hope everybody's in loose-fitting clothing. I hope that a lot of you don't have tinnitus because that hum sound would be distorted. Because if you have tinnitus, what you would be hearing is and I'm sorry about that. I myself have tinnitus, but I'm in denial about my tinnitus. Like the ear doctor will say to me, and by the way, she's very attractive, my ear doctor. I just want to get that out there because they say if you name your demons or you bring your demons into the light, they will dissipate. And I have a demon about my ear doctor. I always have a fantasy that she's taking wax out of my ear and I assault her. So let's just go right to... let's get out of the tinnitus jag and go right into a beautiful first in-breath. And with your first in-breath, I want you to realize that endless war will never end. It'll never end. Just all the war and conflict that is going on all over the planet, it will get worse and worse because of the cycle of revenge. And I know a lot of you are thinking, my God, how is this supposed to relax me? I'll tell you how. Because if you accept the fact that there will be endless wars, then every day when you wake up and read the news about more horrific tragedies, you'll go, yep, I just accepted that. So breathe that in, that the violence will never end, but you're okay with it. You're okay with it. And you just had children. You just had children and you're bringing them into a world of violence. Even though I want you to now use your first out-breath to try to cough up all the little sunflower seeds you have stuck in the back of your throat. A lot of people don't realize how many seeds are stuck in the back of their throat. Seeds and bits of shards of popcorn or shards of pistachios, whatever. I mean, a lot of you probably don't eat nuts because you can't afford them. And I understand that. Nuts are very expensive, especially if you live in a nutless area. And a nutless area, I'm not talking about lunatics, I'm talking about no almond trees. I just drove through the Northern California and there were beautiful walnut trees that were on fire from a lunatic. So, there was a lunatic lighting walnut trees on fire in Northern California, and I want you to breathe that out. The image of a man running around in a beige jumper, lighting walnut trees on fire and screaming, "I'm gonna blow my brains out in a Waffle House." This is what the man was screaming. "I am going to blow my brains out." Breathe that out. "I'm going to blow my brains out in a Waffle House," which, by the way, if you're thinking of offing yourself, a Waffle House is the perfect place to really end it all. Because if you've ever been in a Waffle House, you know that everybody who works there or goes in there doesn't have much time left on this little spinning ball of blue and green that is more and more brown and black. So now with your final in-breath, and when I say final, I'm meaning final in-breath. I keep itching even though I have drank some water just now, but with your final in-breath, I want you to breathe in the fact that there is no perfection. There is no solution to anything. There is no constant pleasure. Life is uncomfortable. Life is work. Life is hard. And with your final out-breath, I want you to pick up a gun. You find a gun. Hopefully you have one. If you don't have one, we can wait. With that gun, well, you know what to do.
Nice little piece of truth and peacefulness and reality on another episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Okay, that was a pretty good. I felt good.
I felt pretty dang good.
I just thought of another segment we could do. How about a business meeting?
Ooh.
A business meeting where pornography is loudly playing. That's the bit. All right, and we'll have a business meeting. And we could do the sounds of the pornography. All right.
Oh, we're also doing the sound of the pornography?
Yeah, we'll go, or I'll just do it.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to make pornographic noises.
Well, we'll figure it out. But what, Rob?
No, you're fine.
Okay, so we're gonna do.
The lights.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is up with the boys in the booth, but it's a fucking
a little horseplay.
Yeah, little horseplay.
Have a little
the fucking
fun.
Marx Brothers in there. All right,
Light horseplay. All right, everybody, chill out.
So, are you down with that?
Yes,
a business
yes.
meeting, and let's narrow it down. Let's say this is an oil company. Let's even narrow that down. Let's say it's Shell Oil.
Okay.
All right. And there's bondage pornography. For whatever reason, that's the funny part of it, I think, that in this Shell Oil meeting, and they're talking, and here's what they're talking about. Shell wants to hire a PR firm to help them. They keep leaking oil from their barges all over the ocean, killing all kinds of species, coral reef, and they're trying to figure out what is the best way to do PR. But in the background is loud bondage pornography.
All right.
You introduce that one, and don't fuck this intro up.
Okay, all right.
Because a lot of times you'll just repeat what I said.
Yes.
Like, and now we take, this would be you, and now we take you to a Shell Oil meeing with bondage pornography. Don't do it like that.
Okay.
Think of something. Think of something that sums it up without giving it away.
In 1987, a group of men gathered to discuss their business together with one brilliant idea, one overarching idea. Let's have our business meeting and let's listen to pornography in the background. And this is what it sounded like.
You see, I don't like that because and I'm not trying to pick on you, but why I don't like that is first you put it in 1987.
Yeah.
Don't care for that. And then you said they thought it would be a good idea. No, the pornography is unexplained.
Okay.
Okay?
But I can't say it as specific. Okay.
I think this is what I would do if I was given that challenge.
Yeah, please.
I feel like I torture you with this, which I am, but
I think it's what the audience wants. Speaking of
I would
bondage,
just say, and we take you now to a shell business meeting.
see, that's too on the nose. All right.
I don't know. I'll let you do it. Go ahead. Here we go.
right.
We got to do this. We have time is running out.
And now, be a fly on the wall as Shell Corporation has another annual business meeting.
Fuck me!
All right, everybody.
Put it in my ass! All right, gentlemen. I want to say that we've had a very bad oil.
Oh, shit.
You stupid fuck. Let me out of this harness.
Let's put on the slides real quick.
Now you can see the North Sea has been very...
God, it's so big.
The North Sea has been affected by a leak.
Thank God I can't move.
The North Sea. Gentlemen, can someone turn the pornography down a touch?
Excuse me, Mike.
Just a touch.
Oh, God.
A little more, please.
Mike, we actually, it helps me.
Fuck me.
It helps me think a little bit better during these meetings. I know it's inappropriate, but it's how I do my best work.
Now, we are thinking of hiring the...
Hang me on that hook. Oh, God.
We are thinking of hire. Can someone at least point the pornography where I can view it? Okay, we are thinking of hiring.
Pop your shoulder out of place.
We are thinking of hiring the PR firm of Megatroid.
Oh, God. Sorry, that was just me.
Is he really hurting her? I never know if they're really hurting each other.
Can we stay focused on the
All right, now,
business at hand, please?
Murgatroyd we had a spill recently in the North Sea, and it killed so many flounder.
Where you want me to shoot it, baby?
What the hell is he doing to her?
Oh, you ready for it? It's a big one for you.
My God, that's a lot of sperm. Now, look.
Could we stay focused on the meeting, please? Thanks for joining us on another episode of a Shell Corporation business meeting with bondage pornography in the background.
Oh, that felt good.
I felt like I was there.
I don't know where these ideas...
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
I don't know where these ideas come from, but they're liberating. And basically, what I wanted to do was make a comment on the business world, and the oil business in particular, that they have us tied up, essentially, and they're fucking us, they're fucking the planet, and that was the point of that bit.
You're so good at sneaking in political commentary when people don't even notice. Everybody probably just thought that was just
That's
funny,
true, but I have to tell them after the bit.
You got to let them know.
Because everybody is just too horrified by that premise. Or,
yes.
Whatever it is. Now, what if we do a bit now where a dentist is waiting. He's never had a patient. Okay, he's never had a patient, and he's been in business 45 years.
Okay.
And he finally has a patient.
Okay.
And let's see. You be the patient.
Okay.
And I'll be the dentist, all right? And intro this. This
All
is
right,
the dentist who's been in business 45 years, and he has his first patient.
After 45 long years
God damn it,
business,
it's already. It's already too on the nose.
Okay.
Just intro a segment like, welcome to the dentist's first patient.
I like that. I like that.
I feel like these guys have your back and not my back. Rob is like, "Oh, yours wasn't that great either."
You know what the problem is? They're rational. They're rational thinking. You know, I've always said that's a big issue.
Rationality is an enemy of comedy. I just want to.
I know.
I want to tell you that right off the bat. All right, here we go. So this is the dentist, 45 years.
Okay.
No patient. He's about to get his first patient. How would you introduce this?
And now, the dentist's office with Eddie Pepitone.
Look, we'll just let it go.
All right.
No, that's fine.
Is that good?
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, sir, I do have to tell you, you are my first patient.
Oh, really?
In 45 years as a dentist. I'm supposed to tell you that by law.
I have a horrible toothache.
Okay.
It has been bugging me.
Look, I want you to just relax here.
Should we go into the room and I get in the chair or anything?
Do you want a little bondage pornography to calm you down? We could put it on over the loudspeaker.
I thought that if I brought that up, I would be looked at as weird. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Thank you. I wouldn't mind at all.
You wouldn't mind? Okay.
I wouldn't mind. Maybe we could...
Hold on. Margaret? Yeah? Can you put on some bondage pornography for our first patient in 45 years? Oh, be my pleasure. Do you want man tying up woman, or you want the woman tying up man, or do you want woman on woman, or do you want some kind of trans? Margaret, just put on some bondage pornography.
I'd appreciate some traditional bondage pornography.
Traditional, Margaret.
Yeah, I like male, female.
Well,
it's very...
I don't know what traditional. All right. Okay, I'll do it.
Ooh.
Here we go, doctor.
Oh.
And good luck with your first patient, and congratulations.
I am in a lot of pain here, but why am I your first patient?
You little bitch. I am gonna whip your ass so much. All right, now, sir. I hope you have it now. The fact that spank Margaret, is that you or the pornography? I'm sorry, doctor. I have my boyfriend here.
Oh, I bet you like moving. No more of that.
Sir, was that you? We play the bondage pornography over the loudspeaker.
I know. I get into the spirit of it, though, and I hate women not tied
Now, look,
up.
one thing I want to tell you: spank me, Margaret. Turn off your intercom. Okay.
It's really killing me. Doc. It's
you
really
little
killing me.
bitch. I am going to dip you in this oil by Shell.
God, please do.
Shell oil.
Ooh, I like being dipped in. Is it hot? Dip me in there.
It's from the North Sea where so many flounder were destroyed.
I love the specifics of the location.
All right, now, sir, one thing I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Whip me! Margaret, again!
Yeah,
Now, one thing with the location.
just let her scream.
I haven't had a patient in 45 years,
Yes,
so
yeah.
I am going to have to charge you a shitload of money because I've been doing business. I've been keeping this off. So this toothache, which I'm just going to pull, I'm not going to try to save it. Okay? No, because I don't want to save it. That's for pussies. My pussy! My pussy feels great! Margaret! That was the video, sir. Don't call me sir. I'm Dr. Dentitis.
It sounded just like her.
And another episode comes to a conclusion of the 45-year-old office with one patient.
45-year-old office. Woo, woo.
The wheels are off, baby. The wheels off.
Favorite segment.
All right.
Man.
Favorite.
What?
Rob's
Favorite segment.
Rob's favorite segment.
That would be funny if that became our signature segment, and we would do these things live in like Carnegie Hall.
The guy from the dentist segment.
Titus.
We're in Carnegie Hall in New York with the first Apocalypse Soon podcast.
Ira Glass is the host.
Ira Glass is like, gentlemen, now how did you stumble upon the dentist whose first patient for 45 years plays bondage pornography? How did you stumble on that?
I just really tired. I came up with it in a moment.
Spank me!
Oh, God.
All right. Now I think we're coming to the end of this podcast, but maybe we could just end it with a segment like, how about the guy? What were you going to say?
I do have a segment loaded and locked and loaded and ready to go.
What do you got?
I on my way here, which is when I do my best thinking, right on the way to the thing, I wrote down that you give a press conference after coming out of your therapy session.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
I think we should start the next show with that.
Okay.
And this one though, I want it to be. Let's start. That's a good idea. But for this one,
thank you for the validation. I appreciate it.
This one, I want to do a guy who works in a cannery.
Okay.
And he works in a cannery in Monterey, John Steinbeck country. He works in a cannery, and he has a hot maid. Okay. He's got a maid, and it's not explained why he has a maid, because he works in a cannery, so he doesn't have much money, but he has a maid and he has a one bedroom flat in Monterey. It's like 1940s cannery, John Steinbeck, Depression,
I like this.
But his hot maid that he has just follows him everywhere, and she's at the cannery place, and he's trying to can peaches.
Okay.
So intro that, but don't make it cumbersome.
I got a title for this.
What?
I got a
Milo
title for
has a
this.
title.
You got a title? What is it?
Canary Ho.
That's pretty good.
Canary Ho?
Canary Ho.
All right. Yeah. So why don't you say Canary? Yeah, just do what Milo says.
I think that's important. Welcome back to the show, folks. Now join us on another episode of Canary Ho, starring Eddie Pepitone.
Look, Julie, you can't always be here at the cannery.
Oh, you want to? You do, Julie.
Okay.
I need to clean up a little bit for you. Oh, come on, let me clean for you. I love it. It gives me purpose.
Where are you from again?
Oh, I'm from Italy. I came from here.
Okay, look,
You can
Julie.
tell from my Italian
Julie,
accent.
look, I'm not going to lie to you. I love everything about your body.
Oh, please, come on.
No, you don't have to keep dressing up so sexy. I'm in a fucking apricot cannery.
But I'm a traditional...
Now hold it. Here comes. Hold it. A can is coming down the conveyor.
I love it.
Bang! Bang! Bang!
Oh,
All right,
so
I just
powerful.
canned that. Now, first of all,
You got a little bit of something on your hand.
Oh, come on, Julie.
No, I love it.
Julie, I just wish you would live your life. You only have to clean my flat every day from noon to 1.
I don't mind.
And
I'll
all I
follow
want you to
around.
do is clean up all of the detritus on my floor from, the bits of apricot that I bring home.
I love it to serve you, Mr. Pepitone. I love it.
I can't have you, Julie. What I'm saying is, I can't have you in this cannery. You're so hold it. Here comes another thing of peaches. I mean apricots. Here it comes. Bang! Bang! Bang!
So powerful.
That was the machine.
But the way that you operate it is
Julie,
so
do you think I'm
sexual.
muscular?
Oh, I think you're everything I ever saw.
All right, that was me just being a little insecure.
Well, you don't have any reason, Mr. Pepitone, because you know me, Julie, the Italian.
Julie, do you want to ride a horse? Hold it. Here comes. I was going to say.
Oh, here it comes.
I was going to say before, you give me fellatio later,
Oh, the bonus.
and I do cunnilingus. By the way, do you know that I was in a female prison and I learned cunnilingus.
Oh, your secret is out. I never realized. And that's why. Oh, boy.
Thanks for joining us on another edition of Canary Ho, starring Eddie Pepitone.
By the way, what I think is funny is that this podcast. When I thought of Apocalypse Soon, I just thought of a podcast that would address all the issues that are leading to the end of civilization. But instead, it's become a very bizarre, like weird psychological. It's still about the end of civilization. Because this is what happens at the end of civilization is that this is what everybody is kind of relating to, just insanity.
I think so, and I do have to apologize for that.
What?
I feel a little bit of responsibility for, keeping this podcast a little, off topic.
No.
I don't read the news. I can't read.
That's true. You're a deficit as far as trying to do current events.
Well, I will say, like, just being online and going through, everybody's got their strong opinions about all this stuff.
The social media stuff, particularly now when there's the Mideast conflicts with Israel,
yes,
and Hamas and Palestine is just. I look at just Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't even go on anything else anymore. But I look at Instagram, which I figured would be safe. But like I have all these friends who are like, God damn you fucking idiots for not understanding. And I'm just posting pictures of me posing sexily next to donkeys.
I mean, that's how you solve a conflict. With you posing. I think that does more good. Because I don't know. I don't think there's nobody that has control of anything anywhere that's sitting at home and is going, hey, what does this person think? Maybe I'll make decisions based on what this person said on Instagram.
Whatever. It's just it's a shit show. So I'm figuring the way to deal with this shit show is through absurdism.
Yes.
Because the more shitty it gets out there, which is unbelievable, it's an absurdity, really, what we deal with every fucking day.
Yeah.
So why not talk in the language of absurdism,
I love it. Smack my ass, tie me up. Let's do it.
Well, let's end the podcast, then I'll do that. Go ahead.
All right, folks. Hey, thanks so much for checking us out. If you're listening to this, go over to YouTube and subscribe over there. Type in Apocalypse Soon podcast in your search engine. We'll pop right up. If you want to see more of this podcast, go to patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone, and you'll get exclusive stand-up clips plus videos from this podcast and some shout-outs and things like that. Go to EddiePepitone.com. Check out all of his tour dates and everything Eddie Pepitone. Follow us on Instagram, all that fun stuff.
And thanks, everybody. I'm going to end this podcast with a Sharon Stone leg scissor. Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.